And we are live.
Welcome back to Checkpoint, brought to you by Strictly Casual, your number one show rounding up all the hottest gaming news stories of the week and discussing all the relevant topics you need to know about. I'm one of your hosts, James Walmer, brought with my good friend, ex-roommate, and birthday boy,
Ex-roommate.
Vincent DeSantis.
It's my birthday.
Ex-roommate. I mean, you're not my roommate anymore.
That's
I
true.
can't say that.
I guess. You're right. Ex-roommate just sounds like we had a bad break or something, you know?
Which we did not. Rest assured, folks, Vincent and I's relationship is, I'm not gonna say better than ever because it was really the best dynamic. We were living in the same space, but
It's rock solid.
we're
I'll
doing
say it.
great. It's rock solid. Nothing can move us.
Right.
Also joining us today, running production is Ryder Maldonado.
Hello from beyond.
So epic. So epic.
Thank you, audio listeners, and you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/strictlycasual. Please hit us with a rating on audio platforms and sub to our YouTube. It really helps us out a lot. Vin, explain the new membership stuff.
Here's what we got. 2022 is a new year. We're trying a couple new things a little differently. Here at Strictly Casual, we have two podcasts. We have Checkpoint and we have Freeze Frame. One for your gaming news, one for your movie news. Usually, we upload those full video podcasts onto YouTube. But this year, we're going to switch it up. We're going to upload a segment, like our biggest story, to YouTube, which is going to be a shorter video. And then our full video podcasts are going to be locked behind the membership, which is a $2 a month subscription that you can pay to listen to the full video podcasts on YouTube. Or if you can't spend the $2, we totally understand that too. And it will always be free on audio platforms, on all audio platforms, no matter where it is. We're up on Google, Apple, Spotify, all that. That'll always be the full podcast for free. So we're going to try that out for a little while, see how it goes. It's going to be awesome. And then, yeah, that's it. That's the membership stuff. That's what we got.
Incredible. Sounds great. Also, this episode is brought to you by Manscaped, but we'll talk to you guys about that later. Today, we're talking about everyone's favorite topic of the gaming industry right now, NFTs. We got PlayStation VR2. We got some rumor watch going on. And we got a little bit of Elden Ring.
Yep, that's right.
And others. Vincent, kick us off with our first article.
Wait, hold on,
story.
James. We haven't done a podcast
What?
in 2 weeks.
Oh,
2 weeks, and
God.
you forget the best part of the podcast.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. I biffed.
No, you're fine.
Vincent, how you doing? What are you playing?
I've been doing okay, but besides the okay part and kind of being sick, we're both fighting through congestion right now. But I've been playing a lot of games, baby. A lot
Hell
of
yeah,
games.
you have.
We're back on it.
Hell yeah.
There was a month of the podcast where I was playing nothing. I was like, oh, maybe I jumped into one game of Battlefield this week or something. But this week, I platinumed Guardians of the Galaxy 100% of that game.
You did.
So good. And then I hopped into, what did I start? Oh, I started Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm 3 chapters in, and it is gorgeous, and the soundtrack is so good. It's fun to play. I hopped into Deep Rock Galactic. I've been playing a little more Spider-Man, like PS5. Like, we are all over the place this week, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. It's been awesome to get back into things. How about you? What you been playing?
Hell yeah. I've put about another maybe 50 hours into Dark Souls 3.
You're insane.
As per usual. I put I don't know, probably 10 to 15 hours into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I'm at the point, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, really binged that.
Yeah.
And then I went back in the other day and I was like, it's just not hitting for me. Like nothing feels good. And I just got really into the core gameplay loop after you do the introductory few missions. And I was just like, this doesn't feel good to me anymore, and I put it down. I closed it out, and then I booted up Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah.
And Ratchet and Clank really just isn't for me. I think I pressed through a little bit past that initial point, but I think the gunplay and just shooting enemies just is not very fun to me.
Okay. I would love, you know what, for a future video, James, I would love to have a conversation in genre of games and what speaks to us and what doesn't, because there's some things that just speak to you that don't to me, and totally speak to me that don't speak to you. I feel like that would just be it'd be a good conversation.
I think that'd be a great conversation. Idea for a future review. Put a pin in it.
Pin stuff.
Also play a little bit of Deep Rock Galactic. I loved it.
Yeah, but
Vincent flaked on my Deep Rock Galactic night. No, actually, sorry. Vincent did not flake. Our other friend flaked, which by proxy caused Vincent to flake.
And I also fell asleep really early that night, and I needed it. I really needed it.
Yeah.
So it was fair.
Now we can get into our first story of the week.
Hit us. That's all you. You're starting us off. Oh, no, I'm starting us off. Never mind.
What?
Just kidding. You're going.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Coming up, number one, we got news on PlayStation VR2, baby. Out of absolute nowhere. Some tweets come out at like 9 p.m. Pacific time. Just, I don't know why. Yep. But this comes from straight the PlayStation blog. PSVR2 takes VR gaming to a whole new level, enabling a greater sense of presence and allowing players to escape into game worlds like never before. With the headset on and controllers in hand, players will feel a heightened range of sensations unlike any other. Thanks to the creativity of the game worlds being built by our world-class developers and latest technology incorporated into the hardware, building our innovations from PS5, the PSVR2 adds true next-gen experience with high-fidelity visuals, new sensory features, enhanced tracking, along with simplified single-cord setup, which I know gets James very excited.
Yeah, it does.
It's not wireless, but it's single cord.
It's not wireless. Wireless is ideal,
right?
But single cord is next best thing.
So I got a couple little stats they gave us, because really we didn't know anything about this prior to this blog post. We knew the controllers and that's it.
I think we had rumors on the visual fidelity and the lenses, but like this is everything's confirmed right here.
Right. So visual fidelity, we're getting 4K HDR with the PSVR2, which is kind of crazy to me.
That's insane.
In a VR headset, okay? There's a 110-degree field of view with foveated rendering, which I don't really know what that means, but
no idea what that is.
It has an OLED display in there. That's kind of wild. Players can expect a display resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye. So that's like 2K per eye with smooth frame rates of 90 to 120 hertz.
That's insane.
They're good stats. There's headset-based controller tracking. So with inside-out tracking, PSVR2 tracks you and your controller through integrated cameras embedded in your VR headset. So I'm assuming this means you don't actually have to have a separate camera set up for the room, which,
no,
God bless. It's just another wire and another thing.
God bless. I told you when we were talking initial PSVR things, I said if you have to get the new PlayStation Eye camera for this VR, I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, and look at this.
And look at that.
They heard our episode. They know.
They heard us.
Your movements and direction. Oh yeah, there we go. Without the need for an external camera. We already got that. New sensory features. We got PSVR2 Sense technology combines your eye tracking, headset feedback, 3D audio, and the innovative PSVR2 Sense controller to create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. Basically, they just go on to say, you're going to get closer to the experience because they have adaptive triggers on the actual PSVR controllers now. And then you're going to feel the rush of objects passing through the character's hand. I'm assuming that's just like the same as what we have on the DualSense controller. What do they call it? Haptic feedback, but in the actual PSVR controllers. And then also the PS5's 3D audio tech makes the player surroundings come alive. So stuff like that's very cool. And then we have finally eye tracking. VR detects the motion of your eyes, so it's so simple to look in the specific direction, which can create an additional input for the game's character. This allows players to interact more intuitively in new and lifelike ways, allowing for heightened emotional response and enhanced expression that provides a new level of realism in games. That is very, very cool to me.
Okay. Another thing that this can do is with eye tracking, they can kind of like allow for focus. So it can render things that you're looking at a higher resolution than things around in your peripherals that you are not looking at.
That is crazy. That's nuts. Have you heard of this eye tracking game that's on Steam right now? But it's supposed to be like super emotional and stuff, and it's
the indie game.
Yeah, apparently it's really, really good.
Yeah,
someone tagged.
I hear that
they tagged the devs in this PSVR too. Or what were you gonna say, Ryder?
In the blink of an eye, I believe.
Maybe that's right.
That.
Yeah,
like you blink,
something.
Yeah,
but someone tagged the developers in the PSVR2 post, like, is there a port coming? Like, you need to let us know. And all they responded was with the eye emoji. I thought that was funny. And so who knows? Maybe
that's really cool.
But We got one more thing that came with this news that was just kind of wild to me. I don't know if there were rumors of this before, but it seemed new to me, at least. We also, in the blog post, today we are also pleased to reveal that one of the biggest exclusive franchises on PlayStation will be coming to PSVR 2. Horizon Call of the Mountain from Guerrilla and Firesprite, which PlayStation acquired earlier in the year, I believe, 2021. This original game is being built specifically for PSVR 2 and will open the doors for players to go deeper into the world of Horizon.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and they showed maybe 10 seconds of what that would look like.
It looked great, though.
Do you know why? I think the scale, for VR, scale is super important to me. And I feel like that game specifically with the long necks and the giant like robots and stuff, like if you're really able to like look up at things like that, that's really cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts on PSVR 2? I'm sure, I just can't wait to see the headset actually.
Yeah, this is the getting into this second phase of VR headsets, and I'm really interested to see how they do it because normally this technology is locked behind like a very big paywall.
Yeah.
Even the Valve Index, I don't think has eye tracking. So I'm wondering
Right.
how they're going about this from an affordability standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and like how they're actually going to be able to sell this headset at a similar price point as a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. And
Because normally PlayStation VR launch is always at the same price as their console. So
yeah,
PlayStation VR was sold at 400, I think, same price as a PS4, and so I think it'll be 400 to 500 for this headset as well.
that makes sense. But do you think it's kind of difficult? People are having such a hard time getting a PS5 right now. Do you think that's going to hinder sales or no?
It has to,
Yeah.
because you need a PlayStation 5 to play PlayStation VR 2.
And I mean, there's chip shortages. It doesn't just apply for consoles. Like I'm sure these headsets are going to be a little hard to find at first too.
Yeah, especially if there's any internal processing going on.
There's gotta be. I think the PSVR 1 plugged into this little box that did all the processing.
Yep, that looked like a little PlayStation 4.
And it had a giant ass fan in it and just the whole time.
Dude, the amount of wires in the PlayStation VR 1 was absolutely asinine.
We're going.
Oh shit, you got one right now?
Well, I have it in a box because I was cleaning stuff up, and my parents didn't like it in the living room anymore. It was sitting there for like months, so it's right here right now. But I just remembered.
I didn't know you had one, to be honest.
Hydra sent one to me. Shout out Hydra. God bless him. He was done with this and shipped him down. Literally the nicest thing ever. What a guy. God bless him.
What a guy. Shall we move on?
We are moving on.
Despite criticism, Square Enix's NFT and blockchain pledge caused a share price surge. This is everybody's favorite topic in the gaming community. We love NFTs here.
We're huge fans of NFTs.
Huge fans of NFTs. This comes from Video Games Chronicle. In a new year published during the holiday break, the exec expressed the company's enthusiasm for the emerging trend and committed to making blockchain and NFT games a part of its games portfolio. NFTs are unique, non-interchangeable units of data stored on a blockchain, which is a form of digital ledger. Vincent, do you know what ledger means?
I think it's just like if a ledger is something written, I would say like it's like a contract or something. I would say this is like a piece of, it's like I don't know how to explain that. Like a ledger, like it's yours. It's written as yours.
I see.
Then it can be written as someone else's later.
I see. Cool. Which effectively allows users to own, buy, and sell digital items such as in-game items or artwork. Matsuda's own comments were criticized by some corners of the games industry. However, they appear to have gone down well with the market, apparently.
This is crazy. This
Bloomberg,
is wild.
This is crazy. So a lot of basically, we'll hear the statement in a second. But in reaction to this statement, gamers and the consumers and the games journalists, huge thumbs down.
Right.
Like, there's no way we're getting on board with this. But as Bloomberg states, Matsuda's letter triggered an 8% jump in Square Enix's share price, its biggest single-day increase since last August. during the first day of trading in Tokyo since its publication.
I did not know this at all until I read this article. And to which I looked this up to make sure it was like legit, and there's other people reporting on it too. But I really think that the people that are out of touch with games in general, if you explain this to them, they would probably think this is a huge money-making thing for them. So obviously their shares would jump.
From a marketing perspective, like free money, baby.
Free money. But anybody that plays a game or understands a little bit more of the industry, yikes. The reaction on Twitter especially has been wild.
It has been wild. We're still talking about it, especially with Konami coming out with NFTs for its 35th anniversary of Castlevania.
Yep.
So going on to the letter, the president said that he believed that blockchain games could, quote, hold the potential to enable self-sustaining game growth by pushing a play-to-earn concept. Going on, he says, I realize that some people who play to have fun and who currently form the majority of players have voiced their reservations toward these new trends, and understandably so. But then he goes on. He says, however, I believe there will be a certain number of people whose motivation is to play to contribute, by which I mean to help make the game more exciting.
I don't know about that, dude.
And that's the end of it. Like that, what do you mean? Like,
I don't know.
You mean more profitable?
The only time I play to contribute is like if we're playing a game that is collaborative and we're all doing something, like building a base in Valheim or building a castle in Minecraft.
Galactic, baby.
That's what I'm contributing to. I'm not contributing to like anything else.
No, I'm not contributing to some in-game like market economy that's driven by scarcity of resources.
And I'm not interested in doing that either. Like he expects me to be interested.
I don't want any part of that.
No, exactly. No.
The only people interested in that are the stockholders, apparently.
Totally.
Masa's letter received a critical response from many industry commentators, as we know, as we talked about earlier. Game designer and consultant Brand Sheffield wrote, among all the grossness in this whole letter and even this quote, what gets me is the idea that people who play games to have fun are only currently the majority, and the implication that changing this is a good idea. Couldn't agree more, Brad Sheffield. Game development veteran Shahid Ahmad added, we already have an entitlement issue amongst many players. I agree. And I'd argue that the behavior of large organizations has been a factor in that shift. That will accelerate and become ugly if large organizations then try to turn their players into mechanical Turks for their own utopian metaverses.
He really went in on that one.
No, he really did. And the utopian metaverse is ultimately driven by profit, not positive gaming experiences. And that's ass.
I mean, this is just to add, I mean, it kind of goes in with the NFTs a little bit. Did you see the Walmart metaverse shopping videos where Walmart wants to make this like VR experience where you could shop?
No, yes, dog. I saw even more than that. Wait, go ahead.
Well, I just think it's funny. Like everybody was like, we have a search bar. Like we can do this already. Like we just type in what we want on the website. They can deliver.
I saw a tweet that said, me in the metaverse Walmart, or like 14-year-olds in the Walmart metaverse, like stealing PS5s from the 65-year-old clerk.
I love that. That'd be hilarious.
It seems like more of a hassle in the metaverse.
Totally.
Yeah, it takes so much more time to do anything.
Imagine like slapping on a headset, firing up the Walmart launcher, jumping in, loading in the store, like just to buy a bottle of wine that'll get shipped when you could do that in a quarter of the time. It's funny. It's hilarious to me.
I'm really interested to see how NFTs are going to continue to play out for the rest of this year, especially amongst all of the, because keep in mind, like we'll also have big conferences in which like NFTs like kind of have to be a part of. Like we have CES going on right now. We're gonna have more consumer electronics. We're gonna have more games expos, things like that. All of which NFT wants to put its fingers into, especially considering like we're gonna talk about this later on. But Ubisoft Plus, and Ubisoft being a major proponent of NFTs, and because they're starting their own platform for a subscription service like Game Pass. Are NFTs going to be a core part of that membership?
I'm sure they will.
Like, are they going to, right?
So I think this year specifically in 2022, I am more excited about things that are happening in the industry than actual games. I'm excited to see what PlayStation brings to the table in terms of their Game Pass competitor that's been rumored for so long now, right? I'm excited for VR. I'm excited for what Game Pass is doing this year because this is a crazy first month for them. We have NFTs in the picture now, all this like metaverse stuff in the picture, which God knows, who knows what that could turn into. I don't know. But there's so many like game-changing things happening this year. So we're in for the ride, baby. I'm in for the ride.
I'm right there with you, Vincent. And what's crazy is because you say that even in the midst of like this year for releases is absolutely insane.
Stacked.
Horizon, God of War,
Yeah,
all of these huge AAA titles that'll be like generation defining.
Right.
And yet we're like still the biggest thing going on are what's going on behind the scenes.
Totally.
And services and things on a business angle.
Yeah. It's exciting, man. It's exciting.
I mean, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, baby. If you're watching this segment on YouTube, feel free to hop on over to audio platforms to listen to the full episode or become a member on YouTube and watch the full video episode right here. We love you guys. Thank you. Boom.
Did you I think you cut out, Vincent.
I did.
I want to say you cut out just a tad, but
I cut out a tad.
I'll put some text there.
Well, it's too late now. It's
I'll fix it. It's cool. I got it.
I hate to see it.
It's sad.
Well, next up, Rainbow Six Extraction is coming to Game Pass on launch day. If you're listening to audio right now for audio platforms, we try to say that to like wrap up these like little videos. Like if you're listening, you get the insider information, right? Like on how we record this. But like we're trying to figure out a way to streamline this, and that seemed like the best idea, but I don't know if it is. Maybe it's not.
I don't know, man.
Anyways,
we'll work on it.
Rainbow Six Extraction is coming to Game Pass on launch day. This comes from Polygon. Rainbow Six Extraction, which, let me tell you, came out in a time where everybody's releasing the 4-player co-op shooter, and none of them are selling well, so this might be the best move for this game possible. It's an upcoming co-op PvE game that pits elite special forces against aliens, and will be available to Game Pass subscribers on release day, which, to be honest, I don't think I would have bought it, but I'll definitely play it on Game Pass. So this is actually good for me too.
I don't even know if I'm gonna play it on Game Pass, but go ahead.
I'll give it a shot. I think I have enough. Like, there's enough people I know that would be interested in playing that it might be a fun 1 to 2 nights. It's not going to be like a month-long play for me. The announcement from Microsoft and Ubisoft arrive on Wednesday, along with the news that Ubisoft Plus, a subscription service that allows players to play a variety of Ubisoft games, will soon come to Xbox consoles. Is this not coming to other consoles too? I'm sure it will. It's like EA Play. It's gonna be everywhere. It just has a deal with Microsoft.
Yeah, they haven't explicitly said on PlayStation.
Right. Well, I mean, this is Game Pass's time to shine right now with this Extraction pickup.
Sure. Well, maybe here's the thing. Maybe with PlayStation's new PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, they'll include it then, but they can't say anything about it now for press reasons.
Totally. That would make sense too. Rainbow Six Extraction has faced several delays, setbacks, and even name changes on its road to release because it was originally Rainbow Six Quarantine, but that left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. But the game is slated to finally release January 20th, which is in 13 days. That's wild. When it does arrive, Xbox Game Pass subscribers will have access to the game through the service as soon as it's released. Extraction will be playable through Game Pass on PC as well as Xbox consoles. Rainbow Six Siege will also be joining Game Pass on PC January 20th. Oh, I did not know that. Though the game is already available through the service on console and cloud. That's literally all the news there. I just think that's interesting.
Yeah, I always love it when Xbox does this with bringing games to Game Pass launch day.
Yeah.
I think it just makes them more accessible.
Totally.
And makes me wish I had an Xbox Series S.
Would this be a contributing factor? What else makes you want an S right now? Series S.
Hellblade. Unpacking.
Oh, Unpacking is a great PC game. I don't think I could play it on controller. It's so much. The click is important.
But definitely like Forza and Halo, I'd rather play on a Series S than on my PC.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Next up, E3 is once again canceled for a second, maybe third. Dude.
I'd like to raise my hand. This is the third time we've reported on E3 being canceled. Episode 2 of our of Checkpoint in 2019 was about E3 getting canceled for the first time because of COVID, when we were all scared of whatever was going to happen. And now 2 years later, I got COVID. You know what I mean? It's like it took 2 years to hit me, but it happened eventually.
That Omicron it's got hands.
It's got hands.
All right, so it's canceled for the third year in a row. But here's the part about this that switches it up a little bit. The digital show this time remains uncertain.
Right.
This comes from Rebecca Valentine at IGN. The ESA, or the Entertainment Software Association, basically the people who run E3, the statement from them reads, due to the ongoing risks surrounding COVID-19 and its potential impact on the safety of exhibitors and attendees, E3 will not be held in person in 2022. We remain incredibly excited about the future of E3 and look forward to announcing more details soon. This effectively means that currently E3 2022's very existence is uncertain.
Right.
With no date set and no physical event planned, that would theoretically leave a possibility for a digital showcase. But in a follow-up communication with IGN, the ESA added that it could not confirm at this time whether or not there would be a digital event this year instead of a physical event as there was in 2021.
I don't think they know. Because they need to have enough content to show, and I don't think they do.
Well, we'll
get there.
There's more to it than that.
There's another side.
E3's future has been a question mark for some time now. Its 2022 show never had a firm date set and was never on the official Los Angeles Convention Center calendar, despite past shows, physical and digital, being scheduled over a year in advance. And an in-person E3 2022 had been planned officially since the opening of last year's show, per a speech from LA Mayor Eric Garcetti?
Something like that. Yeah.
We're going to go with that. But its official Twitter and website have been uncharacteristically silent. And multiple sources with ties to E3 speaking to IGN under conditions of anonymity suggested that the ESA had given up on trying to hold a physical show much earlier, possibly as far back as fall of last year.
I love that statement.
2021. Mike Futter, author of Game Dev Business Handbook and founder of F Squared Consultancy, comments on Twitter. He said, "This is a spin. I heard from sources in mid-November before Omicron's emergence at the end of the month that the ESA had abandoned their dates for the LACC, Los Angeles Convention Center." He continued in a separate tweet, "The ESA's event last summer was not good.
No.
And publishers have learned they don't need to pay exorbitant rates to the ESA to reach press and consumers."
And we've seen that.
This is where it gets interesting, Vin.
Tell me.
This is where it gets interesting. 15 minutes after Nibelian tweeted out this news, and we know Nibelian is very timely in his retweeting and his coverage on these events. 15 minutes after Nibelian tweeted out the news that E3 was canceled, he or she, we don't know what gender the account is. Nye will also post that coincidentally, the Summer Game Fest 2022 website just went live. So 15 minutes after we get news of cancellation, Jeff Keighley comes in and announces the Summer Game Fest 2022 website is now live.
And then did you see Lucy James comment on it? And she said, Lucy James comments, Jeff, you had this ready, right? And then Jeff Keighley responds to it with the J. Cole in the interview being like, how did you know? How did you know? Like it's so good. It's so good.
Got 2 words for the future of gaming shows. Ready? Jeff Keighley.
That's Keighley. He's the king.
It's all Jeff.
He's the guy.
I mean, Nibel tweeted out another picture of Jeff Keighley where he's like,
oh, I love it.
He's got that face of like, I know exactly what I'm doing.
I'm happy for Jeff. I'm really glad he's finding success in this. Even though like maybe it had a kind of a rocky start last year. It wasn't perfect, but it could be better. You know, he'll make it better.
Summer Game Fest is going to eat E3. Oh, it already has. I'm going to say it already has eaten E3. There's no need for E3 anymore. Ever since Jeff Keighley stepped in with his Silver Fox ass.
Yep, somebody clip that and tweet it to Jeff, please. His Silver Fox
E3 never stood a chance.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, James froze for a sec, or maybe I froze for a sec, or maybe I'm frozen.
Next up.
Okay, there we go.
You are frozen.
Got it.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. All right. What I was
Moving
gonna,
on.
Yeah, moving on. I was gonna say something about this, but I forgot what it was gonna be because I got scared for a moment that all Wi-Fi dropped or something and we lost it. That would be. I would have lost it.
That'd be tragic.
Okay. Next up, NVIDIA announces RTX 3050, which is their brand new graphics card. This comes from PC Gamer. If the RTX 3050 doesn't sound like a brand new GPU to you, that's because it's sort of not. So it's not actually. We've had the RTX 3050 and 3050 Ti in the gaming laptop sphere for a good while now, but we've been left waiting for the desktop version. Clearly, though, it wouldn't be long into 2022 until we get our hands on one of them, as NVIDIA just announced that NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 discrete graphics card. At CES 2022, NVIDIA's call is still ongoing, so I mean, they have more to announce or say, but it's been packed so far. That's perhaps why we've only seen a glimpse of the RT 3050 specs, but we've seen some key information, though, and it's starting at just $250 for a 30 series graphics card. That is a great price. And here's what you get.
Great price.
8 gigabytes of GDDR6, which is like more
That's video RAM, though, right?
That is video RAM. Like my 2060 has 6 gigabytes of GDDR6. So this is a step up from that, and this is cheaper than that, that's the big thing here, is we're getting way more technology for way cheaper price. We're
getting there, baby.
We're getting there. There's a lot of T-flops things, but if you're into the T-flops, you can go look at the T-flops. I'm not going to try to explain them because I got no idea what they are.
I commented on this post on Twitter when my belly tweeted this out, and I just said, I have no idea what any of this means.
You got a bunch of likes on that and retweets on that.
I don't know how.
It was awesome. But, so it comes out January 27th for $250, which is crazy. The key thing about the RTX 3050 is what it brings to the table is the Ampere architecture. And with support for technology such as deep learning, super sampling, or DLSS, and ray tracing. For $250, you can get ray tracing. That's wild.
That's crazy.
Now, I don't suspect you'll get much real-time ray tracing going on this card, but DLSS is sure to be a boon to the overall performance in supported games. So, regardless, I think this is a great entry point, too, for price.
Do you know what discrete graphics card means? Like, why is it discrete?
I think because it's smaller. It's like a single fan. It's a single fan card. It's not like the double or triple, like big boys.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming.
What do you think this is gonna do for like the current hierarchy of consoles to PCs, and like with the state of PS5 and Series X's and even Series S's being in the stock shortages they are right now? Do you think this is going to have an effect on it? Do you think more people are going to get into PC gaming as a result? Do you think that people will be able, do you think these will also face shortages because of chip shortages?
Yeah.
What do you think the landscape is going to look like from there?
Number one, there's going to continue to be chip shortages. These are going to sell out. These are going to, it's going to be hard to get your hands on these unless you're really quick with those fingers and you're tracking it and watching it. Same with the PS5. You really have to be looking at these things when they're going live, stock, all that.
Yep.
I don't think this changes anybody's, you're not going to see a hardcore console player just switch to PC because of this $250 price tag on the graphics card itself. I think there's a lot, I'm getting a phone call. I'll take that in a little bit, but I don't think this changes too much. I think we have a lot, if you're a console boy, you're going to stay a console boy, and this is not enough to bring you over, in my opinion. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking if you can build a PC for roughly the same, I mean, I don't know what the benchmarks for this is. Sure, you might be able to compare flops across the console's PC, but I'm interested to see what the benchmarks are for this, because if you can build a PS5 PC for the same price and have a better chance at getting a 3050 or a 3050 Ti, then I don't see the point in doing that. Maybe it's the case that the 3050 is just nowhere near comparison to the PS5 or Series X, and that's not even in the question. But
who knows? We'll have to wait for some comparisons, because I'm sure there will be,
Oh, there's going to be tons of comparisons.
Also, before we move on, I want to mention that NVIDIA also announced their 3090 Ti, which is now the most powerful graphics card ever.
Yep.
So, but that comes out of price.
Your firstborn child.
Maybe more than that. Maybe more than your firstborn.
Maybe more.
All right, James, bring us into a word from our sponsors.
A word from our sponsors. Clear my throat from the congestion. Cheers to 2022 and resolutions you can actually keep. How about having clean and shiny balls all year round? Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop into 2022 the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your first New Year's resolution with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and use code strictlycasual for 20% off plus free shipping. It's new year, new me with the global leaders in below the waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with their Performance Package 4.0 and the brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash. Vincent, take us to the next one. Sorry, I normally
You're good,
forgot
dude.
to hand it off.
I love the body wash. I use it all the time. I use it every day.
Really?
I really do. I think the smell is actually super schmacks. Like, it smells delicious. I don't know how else to describe it. I really, really like it. I'm also wearing the boxers right now. I thought it's my birthday. I'm going to put on the best
love
boxers that I own. Yeah.
They're incredible boxers.
They truly are. And I was telling Ryder on Monday that on last Sunday, which was like almost a week ago now, I did the full shave. I went all the way down from the thighs to the neck, like 100% bare. And it was...
Did you shave your thighs?
No, I mean, a little bit of the thighs. I do.
Okay, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean, right? Right there.
Yeah, in the borders.
Right on the borders. And let me tell you, it feels really, really good. So, whether your resolution is to work out more or travel to new places, be sure to go to manscaped.com for our exclusive offer of 20% off and free shipping with code strictlycasual. Cheers to new balls in 2022. I apologize. Yeah.
Incredible.
Appreciate
Call.
it. Thank you, Manscaped.
I literally just read call to action. Cool.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Amazing. PlayStation integration in Discord spotted. This comes from
Spotted.
Said enemy spotted.
Yep.
This is the year when Sony unveils and capitalizes on its plans to share some sort of PlayStation integration with social service Discord, and it looks like work is already going on behind the scenes. First spotted by Reddit users and then corroborated by MP1ST,
Yeah.
a Discord user was able to link a PSN account to their profile. It doesn't sound like they were actually able to do anything with this newfound connectivity. The classic PlayStation logo was presented alongside Reddit, Spotify, Steam, Twitch, and Twitter connections. Apparently, the PSN logo is sourced from a beta version of Discord and isn't live in the final version of the service just yet. Digging into the cable, MP1ST reports you'll be able to display what PS5, PS4 game you're currently playing through Discord. This is a rather basic implementation though, so we expect Discord to offer much more when it hits Sony systems later on in 2022. This is huge. I love this.
I can't wait. But James, there's a feature that I need in this integration. Is I want absolutely no notifications on my PlayStation. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
The amount of notifications I get on Discord.
No.
All I want. Also, talk about like an easy way to transfer screenshots and videos onto your computer in case you ever need that. Just uploading it from the PlayStation, like capturing it right on the PlayStation, uploading it to Discord, and then having access to it on the computer. Oh, baby.
I know.
That'd be the best. But yeah, I don't want notifications.
So I just want like Discord to replace the party system.
Yeah, I think the actual UI of the party system on the PS5 is not good right now. Like they really kind of nailed it on PS4, but they redid it just enough to where it's kind of not intuitive.
No.
Yeah.
Because everything is condensed to that tiny little window.
Right.
You don't get a full screen. Like you don't get any room to figure out like what's actually going on because you're going from small window to small window.
Right. But also we did get a rumor this week. It's not on the news that a huge PlayStation UI update is coming, like with a news feed and everything, like the PS4.
We did.
There's been no
and with dynamic themes and customization.
Yeah, forgot about that. Cool.
Later 22, baby. Really looking forward to it.
Next up, Elden Ring's graphics team felt very pressured by the Demon's Souls remake, this is fascinating to me. I like this. This comes from PC Gamer. Elden Ring's greatest competition is apparently its younger sibling, Demon's Souls. The PlayStation 5 remake that launched alongside the new console in 2020 was a lot prettier and to some less distinct than original Demon's Souls. And the striking makeover put extra pressure on Elden Ring's graphics team, according to director Hidetaka Miyazaki. Hidetaka?
Hidetaka.
Hidetaka Miyazaki, who recently interviewed by Edge Magazine. Quote, "I'm pretty sure our graphics creation staff felt the pressure more than anyone else," Miyazaki said to one of the Demon's Souls remake release. Quote, "Graphical fidelity is not something we put as our top priority," Miyazaki continued. "What we ask for on the graphic side depends on the systems."
Listen, you gotta say that quote over again.
Did it completely cut out? I'm so sorry.
Pretty much, yeah.
"What we ask on the graphic side depends on the systems and requirements of the game itself and takes less priority compared to the other elements of development. So this is always an area where I feel a bit apologetic towards my graphics team because I know they work extremely hard." Miyazaki said that Elden Ring will be a culmination of everything the developer has done in the Souls series, including Demon's Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro, up until now. Quote, "Elden Ring will not have been possible without that culmination of experience, the know-how from development of previous titles, and of course our talented team that has grown throughout through the development of these projects," he said. "It's safe to say that we could have only made Elden Ring now after all that," which pretty cool.
This for me is still really exciting to hear. Souls games from software games have always been pretty enough, but mainly I don't think they've ever really excelled in terms of graphical fidelity to a point where I'm like, oh my god, this looks so good.
Yeah.
But first of all, I don't think it's really a priority for them because their focus is on the game systems and how it feels. Like no other third person action game feels as good, like combat system feels as good as Dark Souls.
Right.
That's in my opinion. And I think a lot of their artistic expertise comes in their environments. Their like the environmental storytelling, like
Yeah.
they're very good at creating like arenas and places that you move through and like level design and things like that. And I think that's where they really excel.
Mm-hmm.
And so they like I think the pressure from Demon Souls is somewhat justified, but also you have to remember that Blue Point, like their soul, they didn't change any of the systems in Demon Souls. That's
Yeah.
a pre-existing game. So literally almost their entire job was like reconstructing graphics.
Yeah. Making sure it was up to the PS5 fidelity, right?
Yeah. Which it absolutely was. That's still like one of the best looking games on PS5 to date.
I still can't wait to play it. I just don't know if I know it's not necessarily a game for me, as in from my previous track record of playing games. So I'm waiting for it to like really go on sale, but I don't know if it will, and I kind of just want to bite the bullet. Kind of just want to go for it.
It just joined the holiday sale.
Oh, of course it did. Of course it did. That's a dangerous time for me. I gotta buy Peppa Pig today on the holiday sale. Can't wait. I really am. It's gonna be awesome.
Ben, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's tough for me because I think that through so many games, like I want Elden Ring to look the absolute best it can, but I know that's not the goal. Like I know that's not what they're known for. So it's not necessary, but I would like it to look as good as Demon's Souls, but it doesn't have to be. That's all. I don't have a lot of experience with the other games, so I can't really speak on it a whole lot. But I don't think Elden Ring looks bad by any means.
It does not look bad.
Yeah.
Like everything I see on it, it looks good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to win in a competition against like, I don't know, the
Ratchet
latest.
and Clank.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think no one's expecting that to be in question. So I don't know.
No, that's not why you play
a
From Software game.
Totally. 100%. I agree.
Cool. Naughty Dog is dying to share its multiple game projects in production for PlayStation. This is very exciting.
Hell yeah.
During its CES 2022 keynote, I said that right, keynote overnight, Naughty Dog co-president Neil Druckmann featured to talk a little bit about its collaboration with Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions on the Uncharted movie. As you'd expect, it was largely a puff piece, with the executive praising the filmmakers and also expressing enthusiasm for the upcoming The Last of Us television show, which he's co-written.
Let's go!
I also can't wait for. However, it's not all television and movies for the Californian developer, as Druckmann closed with a brief tease. We're saying, quote, "We're dying to share with you the multiple game projects we have in the works at Naughty Dog," end quote. "We know the team is working on a standalone multiplayer adaptation of The Last of Us 2, while there are rumors that it's also remaking the original game in the series," which I think is a little tedious. Like, I don't think you need to remake The Last of Us Part 1.
But
outside of that...
I won't say no.
Go ahead.
I won't say no.
Sure, I won't say no. Outside of that is developing Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection for PS5, and it's probably safe to assume it's in the prototype phase of something new to boot. That space game,
That
baby.
space game. We've been talking about it for so long. So long.
I want it so bad. I think Summer Game Fest we'll hear something.
I think we'll hear about Summer Games Fest. We'll hear like maybe Last of Us 2. We'll get the multiplayer and it'll drop in like December or something, like long time.
Sure.
And then maybe they tease. I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're ready for the space game. I think we wait another year to even hear. We'll get like a Starfield trailer and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's out 2024, 2025. I think it's so
I
far.
want to say we get like a tiny tease.
Oh, that'd be so
like
crazy.
whether it's just a name of the project,
right,
or like a logo,
now
or
in
like
development.
maybe they have artwork of the main protagonist or something like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Like maybe some concept art, but I think it'll be something like that.
Baby, I can't wait.
I can't wait for that either.
Can't wait. And finally, on Rumor Watch, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 will likely be revealed before this year's E3. Well, not E3, so anything else it'll be revealed at, but possibly around May. May 4th, maybe? May the 4th be with you. It's Star Wars Day. They always do something there.
Oh,
Jeff, this comes from Giant Bomb and our good friend, Jeff Grubb.
Friend of the show.
Is that's got to be a goal, is try to get Jeff on the podcast this year.
Yeah.
Jeff and Khalif, we're coming. We're coming for you guys.
What about Gene Park?
Gene Park, we're always coming for Gene Park, okay? Gene Park is a dream.
Gene Park.
If we can
get... What about... we just keep adding to
we
this.
just keep going.
Well, what about... Yeah.
Everybody. Jeff Grubb says, a quote, expect to hear about the game in a significant way before E3. I'm saying E3 because that's just the normal time of these game events, I guess.
Right.
Due to the current unpredictable nature of the conference, it can be assumed that Jeff is talking about the time before E3 normally takes place, beginning of June. James, did you write this? What is your Fallen Order 2 wish list? I would like to know.
Okay, wait. I want to say something before we get into our wish list. This article actually got taken down. Like, I clicked on the article to try and get back to it, and it said 404 not found.
Oh, we love to see that. We love to see
that. So with that in mind, what's your Fallen Order 2 wish list?
My Fallen Order 2, well, okay, also, if you haven't played Fallen Order, it's literally $10 on PlayStation right now. I'm sure it's very similar price on other things.
Okay.
You need to play it.
Hold on. Finn, you like Fallen Order.
I love Fallen Order.
But you don't like Dark Souls.
I don't not like Dark Souls. It's just very hard for me to get into.
It's the same!
But I don't know. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's exactly the core combat. It's the way you go out these worlds is just Dark Souls, but a little worse.
It's a little more forgiving.
How?
Okay, maybe not. I thought it was more forgiving. From what I've played, it's more forgiving. I don't know. I don't understand Dark Souls combat. I've tried it so many times and I'm not good.
What do you mean? What is there to understand? You roll and you hit.
It's just so hard for me.
It's the same.
It's so difficult. I promise I've not given up on these games. Something's gonna click with me and I'm gonna be addicted. It's gonna happen. It just hasn't happened yet. Okay. Anyways, my Fallen Order 2 wish list is less of things in actual gameplay and more story-wise. I don't necessarily need a cameo or anything to like really make this game good, because I feel like the first game did such a great job. The storyline was so good, and then there's a cameo, and the cameo was like added. Like, I guess
it was icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake. It was already great. It didn't need it to be good.
Yeah.
I would like Jedi Fallen Order to be him collecting Jedis that have escaped Order 66 to build some sort of temple or like Jedi temple thing.
Yeah.
And I would love to see maybe someone who we thought died in episode 3 be like a mentor to him, possibly through this. I think that would be very, very cool also. I think there's a lot of opportunities here. Maybe we have to watch Kenobi to really find out the full meaning of what Jedi Fallen Order 2 could do.
I hate that. No.
Live action Cal Kestis.
No.
Let's go.
No.
I don't know. Also, I'm more worried than ever about Kenobi, but that's a story for Freeze Frame. You can ask me about that on Freeze Frame next week, okay?
For me, there is only one gameplay wishlist thing I can ask for, and that is for fast travel points.
Yeah.
Being able to travel between meditation points would be incredible. That's the only thing I needed
Yeah.
more from the first game. Also, I would have liked. Ooh, I really hope they go like a step.
Uh-oh, James cut. He's frozen.
Okay, and this is no, I'm just kidding.
This is where his internet cut. I will speak until he comes back on fast travel points. The fast travel there is no like fast travel, I guess, in Fallen Order. And that's what stopped me from getting the platinum trophy. Like I wanted that platinum trophy so bad, but the amount of time it took to like really go for all the like boxes that you have to find and stuff was just like, I'm over. Like I'm ready to move on to the next game after putting like 25 hours into the story or however long it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of backtracking, and then like the maps already too. Like the map is it's so convoluted with the levels, and I think that was my one gripe with it.
Yeah.
Like it all looks the same. So like the point is in front of you, but there's a wall in front of you. So you're like, how do you get all the way around to that point, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's
no,
confusing.
It is confusing, but it's going to be funny. We're going to ask James what he thinks about the map system when he comes back, and I guarantee he loves it because he'll say it's Metroidvania. Quote me on this. He'll come back and he'll say it. I won't even mention it, but he'll say it's Metroidvania.
Okay.
That'll be hilarious. But I don't know. I'm excited for Jedi Fallen Order 2. I'm sure it's going to be like, I can't wait for the new force powers that we're going to have with Cal Kestis. Like he's going to be even stronger in this game. Mm-hmm. More customization is going to be awesome. More ponchos. What's not to love there?
Oh, yeah. Do you think they will see any live action crossover with these sort of games or no?
I think it's possible. This is canon. They said this was canon. So I think it's more likely that we'll see not Cal Kestis in this, but side characters from this and they'll mention Cal Kestis.
Yeah, like kind of how they did with from Rogue One. The actor from Rogue One, he's in the game,
right?
In a younger version.
Oh yeah, so Forrest Whitaker's character, right?
Forrest Whitaker, yeah. Thank you, yeah.
Super cool. James has now exited the call, so there's that. I can't switch scenes, so we're gonna be it's just gonna be the top of our heads for a little bit as this goes, but we'll just keep going. Hopefully James joins.
What else do we have here?
We just got random fun stuff, which is just literally 3 things.
Okay.
Number 1. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be talking like, hi, because it's a black screen. It's very funny. Oh, he's back. He's back. We can ask James the questions before we get into random fun stuff. He's back. James, I have a couple questions for you. Specifically one.
Man, I wanted to finish my point.
Do you want to finish your point right now? Go for it.
I do.
Okay.
I wanted to go heavy into the Dark Souls by having NPCs you can find around the world, and they have their own separate quest lines that are like environmentally driven, and you can like based on like events that happen as you go along. Like if you do one event before doing this, then like you can't do this quest line anymore. But like maybe you can summon people and boss. I don't know. Just make it more Dark Souls, and I'll be happy.
Okay, interesting. James, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What do you think about the map system in Jedi Fallen Order 2?
The map system?
Yeah. What is it like?
Like the you have the hollow map and you can like tilt it and stuff like that.
Right. General thoughts.
I think it's fine. I think it's
okay.
I don't know. Right. I'm comparing it to Dark Souls. Dark Souls doesn't have a map. So
that's true. Yeah.
I kind of fuck with not having a map.
Okay.
And you just gotta like remember everything.
Okay. I didn't like the map. I was like following corridors down. I'm like, and then flipping the map. I'm like, is this upside down? I don't know. I'm like switching levels. I hated it. I did not like it. It made sense for like a single area, but then switching between those areas and like really trying to figure out where you are compared to the map, I had problems with, but I know that not a lot of people had problems with it. It's just probably just a personal thing, but
yeah,
I don't know.
3D maps like are a learning curve for sure.
Yeah,
but
maybe I just didn't spend enough time in the game to really get to know the map, where I was just pull it up sometimes randomly. I don't know.
Yeah, for those games, I don't know if they need a map.
I guess the map for me was important for trying to get all the collectibles at the end because I really wanted to platinum it, but then I didn't because there was no fast travel and it took so dang long to go back and forth between places, and so I'm like, I don't actually want to do this, so I moved on.
That's exactly what led me to not get the platinum.
Yeah,
was because of that.
I mean, I'll happily go through encounters again to get like a thing, but going through 10 to 15 encounters to get one collectible thing, and you got to do that 60 times? No thanks. I'm good. I'm all good. But it's time for random fun stuff. Starting off, number 1, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity has now shipped over 4 million units, which is half of what Ghost of Tsushima has sold, which is crazy.
Whoa.
It just hit 8 million.
That's insane.
Which we have actually a little bit to talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about
I'll throw you a question real quick. This was very hot and heavy on Twitter yesterday when Ghost of Tsushima announced that they hit 8 million copies sold. When Days Gone hit 8 million copies sold in a faster time than Ghost of Tsushima did, but the developers were always told that Days Gone was a failure for PlayStation, which was very interesting to me.
That is very interesting to me.
But I will say one of the developers from Days Gone was kind of shit posting on Twitter the other day at PlayStation, but he was like, Sean Layden was the only one to like stand up for us. Like he was the only one that wanted a Days Gone 2. Nobody else wanted it, stuff like that. And I was like, this is a bad look. Like you got to stop. Like I understand your point and you're upset about this, but like the more you say about this, it just does not look good.
Like the more it looks bad on you.
Totally. Yeah.
Hey, shout out Sean Layden though.
Shout out Sean Layden. I love that guy.
I love that guy.
Man.
Oh my god, I love Sean Layden.
I love that guy.
Yeah, a lot of that discussion kind of goes back to like localized like game development and how there's not like a lot of talking between these different studios, and there's not like a sort of like general perception of or expectation of like what success is.
Yeah.
So for them, it like, and also I think has to do with like critical acclaim too.
Right. Totally.
Like Ghost of Tsushima was very critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
But like Days Gone was kind of like
mid.
It wasn't mid, but it was like hold on. It got like 7s, which
it's not
like
bad.
When we talk about like mid like in scales, 5 is mid.
Yeah.
Right. But like 7's pretty good. So it was like it wasn't a bad game. It was like a little bit above average.
And after playing it, it really, after all the updates and stuff, it's not a bad game at all. Like it was a fun time. It was a really fun time. Also one of the developers tweeted, he's like talking about Killzone and other games like this, that the first one launched super mediocre, like a 60 Metascore or something like that. But then the sequel comes back and scores like a 94. He was talking about the Days Gone sequel that they were planning and learning from their mistakes of the first one. He's like, we were ready to come back like and really fix the things that we did wrong in the first game and come back with that like heat. And I was like, I kind of want to see that game.
Man, that's so frustrating.
It is frustrating. It really is.
That's so frustrating. Like the more I think about it, the more we talk about it, the more I kind of like feel for this guy.
Oh, I absolutely feel for him. It sucks,
like,
especially
even though he's being unprofessional about like his reaction to it. Like you have to kind of see where he's coming from.
Totally. I mean, it's years of his life went into developing this game and potentially a sequel, right? And just to have it all canned sucks. And to have like, I guess, a lot of bad press around the game, especially recently, I would say.
It's had a lot of bad press recently.
Yeah.
And the developer, is it the same guy who like came up earlier?
He was in the conversation, but not the same guy that was like off the rails. It was the game director that went like off the rails on Twitter. This is like a co-developer, a co-writer, or something like that.
But like which is interesting. Even, like I know that it's funny we're talking this long at RFS.
Oh, it's that's what it is.
There must be some sort of general like contempt around like the state of where this game is right now in the development team, like with Sony Bend.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not just it's not just the director, it's obviously this other, and you can tell that this might be even representative of the rest of the studio and how they feel regarding Days Gone. Like
I don't want to make a generalization.
Maybe that's a generalization, right? It definitely could be, but like this is like it wouldn't be unreasonable to make that assumption.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the way it's handled though is what bothers me more than the actual like consensus of what people are thinking. Because you can think these thoughts and it's not bad, but going on and like not bad talking, but he was kind of bad talking PlayStation executives and stuff like that, and is like not. I don't think.
But like,
I wouldn't generalize his thoughts as everybody's.
Sure, right. Which I'm not saying it's the same reaction as everybody's, but I also don't think these opinions are isolated in the studio.
Sure.
Like as people who are lead developers and directors, they are like very much aware of the climate regarding their games, and they're that like that consensus can be like funneled to those like higher ups in on those dev teams.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. It's tough. It's a tough situation. I'm sure we'll get more information on this soon also.
I hope so.
Yeah. And you know what?
I really hope so.
Kind of hope we get a surprise Days Gone 2 announcement. Who knows? That'd be
I
crazy.
really hope so. Now I want for the best for Sony, man. I'm really rooting for him.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I don't wish anything bad against them. Not at all. They'll come back.
Next up, I hope so. Death Stranding director's cut notes for PC. Pretty cool.
Cool. I still have to play Death Stranding. That's it.
Yep.
And we got the Summer Games Fest website live, but that's it.
But we knew that.
That is a wrap on our comeback 2022 episode of Checkpoint. This is episode 94. Again, if you're listening on audio platforms, please give us a rating. It really helps us out a lot. You could jump on YouTube. James, Ryder, love you boys.
Love you too, dog. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
22.
Happy birthday, Vin.
That was a great episode.
Yeah.
Absolutely that was a top episode. That was great. I loved that.
I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week for episode 95. And we are getting real close to 100, which is really cool.
Oh, baby.
So close
really
to
cool
100.
to me. All right. Love y'all. See you next week. Bye-bye. Peace out.